in the watch.
Yeah, this bitch, we did $1 million. That's what that cost. We did.
Lil Tjay just shot Offset, man.
Okay, step up.
Casino, he was popped. He was panicking. He was asking random people for cash apps. He was broke.
This is the story of a group that tied the Beatles for Billboard records, dominated hip-hop for a decade, and is now being torn apart by gun violence one member at a time. On April 6th, 2026, Offset took a bullet outside the Seminole Hardrock Casino in Hollywood, Florida, and hours later, Quavo responded with a single prayer hands emoji on his Instagram story. That one emoji carries more weight than any statement ever could because less than 4 years ago, Quavo watched Takeoff die in his arms at a dice game in Houston. What most people don't understand is that this isn't about one shooting. This is about a pattern that keeps circling back to Migos. And by the end of this video, you're going to see exactly how a $10,000 gambling debt, a public feud with Lil Tjay, and years of internal conflict all converged at one casino on one night. Let me take you back to where this all started, because to understand what Quavo feels right now, you need to understand what Migos actually represented. 3 kids from Lawrenceville, Georgia, a suburb outside Atlanta, formed a group called Polo Club back in 2008 before later changing the name to Migos. Here's where most people get the family connection wrong. Quavo's sister gave birth to Takeoff, which makes Quavo his biological uncle. But they were only 3 years apart in age and grew up in the same household together. Offset, real name Kiari Cephas, shares no blood relation with either of them. He grew up as Quavo's childhood friend, became so close that Quavo's mother essentially raised all 3 boys together. And that bond turned them into something deeper than bandmates. These weren't just group mates, they were family in every sense. The year 2013 brought Versace, and when Drake jumped on the remix, everything changed overnight. The song peaked at number 99 on the Hot 100, but that ranking misses the point entirely. Drake adopted their flow, and when Drake adopts something, the entire industry follows within months. That stuttering staccato triplet rhythm where you rap 3 syllables over one beat became known as the Migos flow. 3 6 Mafia and Bone Thugs had used elements of it before, but Migos mainstreamed that sound so completely that academic papers were written about their influence on modern hip-hop. Drake, Travis Scott, Cardi B, Lil Baby, Gunna, and virtually every major modern rapper incorporated elements of what Migos pioneered during those years. And this is where the story gets wild. January 2017 arrived, and Bad and Bougie hit number 1 on the Hot 100, staying there for 3 weeks straight. The push came when Donald Glover won a Golden Globe and called Migos the Beatles of this generation during his acceptance speech, which sent streaming numbers up 243% the very next morning. Culture debuted at number 1 with 131,000 first-week units. Culture 2 also debuted at number 1 with 199,000 units and 225.6 million streams. 14 songs charting simultaneously on the Hot 100 tied them with the Beatles for most entries by a group, a record the Beatles had held for 54 years. Bad and Bougie went diamond, 10 times platinum. Peak Migos commanded $150,000 per show, earned approximately $25 million combined, attended the Met Gala, lectured at NYU, and made Forbes 30 Under 30. 3 kids from Lawrenceville were standing on top of the world. Real talk. That's the version most people remember. The dominance, the records, the cultural impact. What nobody saw was the cracks forming behind the scenes that would eventually split the group apart completely. May 2022 marked the shift. Offset and Cardi B unfollowed Quavo and Takeoff on Instagram, with no announcement and no explanation, just the digital equivalent of cutting ties overnight. Quavo and Takeoff immediately rebranded as Unk and Few and released Hotel Lobby without Offset on the track. And this is where things get messy. The widely reported reason centered on an alleged affair between Offset and Saweetie, Quavo's ex-girlfriend from 2018 to 2021. October 7th, 2022 brought a track called Messy from Quavo with the lyrics, "She messed with my dog behind my back, but I ain't stressing." The internet unanimously interpreted my dog as Offset, and Quavo never denied it. His words on the Big Facts podcast that same month were explicit. "This ain't got nothing to do do with no label, no paperwork, no QC, nothing. This got something to do with the three brothers. Think about that timeline for a second. October 2022. The group is fractured, and Quavo is publicly airing grievances on podcasts. The music video for Messy recreated the infamous Saweetie elevator incident and dropped on October 31st, 2022. Takeoff died the very next day. Let me break down exactly what happened that night because every single detail matters. The time was approximately 2:30 a.m. at 810 Billiards and Bowling on 1210 San Jacinto Street in downtown Houston, a venue hosting a private birthday party for Jazz Prince, the son of legendary rap figure Jay Prince. The party had officially ended around 1 a.m., but roughly 40 people lingered outside where a dice game was happening with real money on the line, described in reports as lucrative. Quavo had been playing and he lost, which sparked an argument with two men that escalated rapidly. A punch was thrown, multiple weapons fired, and here's the part that makes this whole thing so tragic. Takeoff wasn't involved in any of it whatsoever. Houston Police Sergeant Michael Burrows stated explicitly that Takeoff was not involved in playing the dice game. He was not involved in the argument that happened outside. He was not armed. Wrong place, wrong time. That's all it took. The autopsy determined Takeoff took 2 bullets, one in the head and one in the back, and he was pronounced dead at the scene at just 28 years old. 2 other people were shot with non-life-threatening injuries, including Joshua Washington, Quavo's assistant. Quavo himself suffered no physical wounds, but TMZ footage captured him screaming over Takeoff's body in the aftermath. A nurse who lived nearby heard the gunshots and ran to help, later describing a cry of agony, emotional, not physical, coming from Quavo. When she checked Takeoff's pulse and told Quavo nothing could be done, she said, "He grabbed me and was like, please," and I started bawling. Let that sink in. Quavo had just been publicly feuding with Offset over alleged betrayal, and now he watched his nephew die right in front of him at a dice game. The glue that held Migos together, as Offset would later call Takeoff, was gone forever. Patrick Xavier Clark, a 33-year-old Houston disc jockey, caught a murder charge 31 days later on December 1st, 2022. Surveillance video showed him firing a gun while holding a wine bottle in his other hand during the incident. He fled to the nearby House of Blues after the shooting, leaving the bottle behind, and fingerprints on that wine bottle matched Clark exactly. Investigators also discovered he had applied for an expedited passport with a flight already booked to Mexico. The murder charge came with a $1 million bond that he posted in January 2023. Clark maintains his innocence and claims self-defense. His trial is scheduled to begin November 9th, 2026, and as of right now, he has not been convicted of anything. This is where the story takes another turn that nobody expected. Takeoff's death should have immediately brought Quavo and Offset back together, but the reality is that didn't happen, at least not right away. The funeral on November 11th, 2022 at State Farm Arena in Atlanta drew approximately 21,000 people. Justin Bieber performed Ghost while Drake compared Migos to the Rat Pack during his remarks. Both Quavo and Offset delivered emotional tributes, marking the first time they had appeared in the same space since the split. And Offset's words were, "I wish we could laugh again. I wish I could smoke one with you." That moment of unity did not last. The 65th Grammy Awards on February 5th, 2023 blew everything apart again. The Grammys had asked Offset to join Quavo's tribute to Takeoff during the In Memoriam segment, but Quavo refused that request completely. The refusal led to a physical fight backstage that had to be broken up by multiple people. Cardi B was caught on camera shouting, "Both of y'all's wrong, this is not right," while Quavo performed Without You solo. Wearing a half mask, he explained represented the loss of his other half. Think about what happened here for a second. 2 members of the same family, grieving the same loss, fighting backstage at the Grammys over who gets to honor their dead relative. The beef over Saweetie, the business tensions, whatever else was happening beneath the surface, all of it proved stronger than the grief they shared. The reconciliation came in stages over the following years. Their first public reunion happened at the 2023 BET Awards on June 25th, where they performed Hotel Lobby in Bad and Bougie as a Takeoff tribute. And Offset described the experience afterward by saying, "It cleared my soul. Me and my brother K, man, we put that together within 16 hours." October 2023 brought Offset onto The Breakfast Club, confirming We were just with each other in Paris, we'd be talking. When rich homie Quan died in September 2024, Quavo posted on Instagram story, "Good convo with my bro at Offset." August 2025 arrived and Offset told Carmelo Anthony's podcast, "Me and Quavo talk every other week. That's family at the end of the day." He even left the door open to a joint album honoring Takeoff, telling the host, "It's possible. First, we're just checking in with each other." Offset also took accountability for his role in the split, admitting, "I've accepted the actions I've done to cause certain situations to happen. I was trying to act tough and I didn't give a care at first. But the actions that I did, I realized I was wrong." Keke Palmer's show brought the confirmation everyone suspected. Offset stated, "Takeoff held me and Quavo together. He was the glue." He also formally announced that Migos had ended, calling their BET Awards tribute respectfully ending Migos in honor of Takeoff. By early 2026, Quavo and Offset had finally reached a place of peace together. They weren't making music as a duo, but they were family again. And then, April 6th, 2026 arrived. The Lil Tjay situation needs explaining because this beef had been building for over a year before the shooting. Early January 2025 brought Lil Tjay onto a Twitch live stream where he made some explosive claims about Offset. He described encountering Offset at a casino panicking, asking random people for cash apps because he was broke at the table and needed money badly.
Casino, he was popped. He was panicking. He was asking random people for cash apps. He was broke. I don't know what happened. Nobody was answering his phone call. He popped, trying to run up, chasing. Must got a gambling addiction. And then says, "Yo, he just popped. He calling for cash apps in front of me. I ain't gonna lie to you. The first 5 I offered, I'm like, yo, you pop. You waiting for some bread? Wait for my money. He get another loan from somebody else for like 2 bands. I don't even take my loan. I'm like, that's Offset. I'm good on my money. I'm worried about this. I got mad bread. I definitely run off for 5 bands. Ducked me for so long, boy. And mind you, I'm 23. And this is Raindrop, Drop Top, Cardi B husband."
Jay claimed he loaned Offset $5,000 initially, then another $5,000 later, totaling $10,000 owed. He also alleged Offset borrowed money from other people at the casino that same night, putting the total amount owed at around $13,000 altogether. The accusation went further when Jay claimed Offset struggles with a gambling addiction. The thing is, Offset never confirmed or denied borrowing any of this money and never addressed the gambling addiction claim publicly. What he did do was respond when the situation escalated into threats. Leaked Instagram DMs showed the conversation turning hostile fast.
I will smoke you. You barely lived already. Who the fuck you think you... Oh, shit. Okay. Who the fuck you think you talking to, nigga? You gotta be talking to the wrong nigga. I'm in New York right now. Come smack me, little boy. He says, "Offset, pay that tab, homie. Don't phase yourself over that little 10-pack. And I guess he told Offset he was in Miami. And he says, if it's that, stop DMing me for trace reasons. Then TJ says, "Nah, never that, little bro. I just want my 10, which is $10,000. Offset says, "Say that." But he also put up this caption, which is TJ put this up, says, "Do not loan Offset no money. He's popped, LOL, just in case."
TJ wrote, "I'ma smack the whole thing out you." And Offset responded, "I'll smoke you. You barely lived already. Who the heck you think you talking to?" That line referenced TJ's own near-death experience directly. June 22nd, 2022, saw Lil Tjay take 7 bullets during an attempted robbery at the Promenade in Edgewater, New Jersey, with shots hitting his neck, chest, and lungs, before he was airlifted to Hackensack University Medical Center at 2:22 a.m. in critical condition. His survival is why his attorney calls him the Miracle Kid, and he named his album 222 after the exact time of that airlift. Offset throwing "you barely lived already" meant he was using Che's near-death experience against him in the argument. The DMs appeared to calm down slightly after that exchange, with Che writing, "Nah, never that little bro. I just want my 10. The piece did not hold. March 2025 brought Che back on Instagram posting, "I could never be broke like Set running off making smoke over lunch money." And Offset fired back publicly with a challenge to fight on live stream, telling him, "Let's hit on live. I'll fly to you." A former member of the biggest rap group in the world was publicly challenging another rapper to a live stream fight over an alleged $10,000 gambling debt, and whether the debt was real or fabricated. The public humiliation kept building for months. Lil Tjay's background matters here. Beyond the 2022 shooting, his legal history includes multiple gun possession charges in Brooklyn in 2021 and the Bronx in January 2023. Both cases dismissed in May 2025 after his attorney argued a legal search. February 2025 brought a permanent ban from Madison Square Garden after he spit in a security guard's face at a boxing event. This is not someone who backs down from confrontation. The ironic part is that Offset and Jay once worked together successfully. The year 2021 brought Offset onto Jay's track Run It Up from the album Destined to Win, and Jay called working with Offset magic at the time. 2 years later, they were exchanging death threats over $10,000. April 6, 2026 arrived shortly after 7 p.m. Eastern Time, with Offset at the Seminole Hardrock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. Witness photos published by TMZ showed him inside the casino in great spirits, just minutes before everything went wrong. He was wearing a yellow hat, t-shirt, shorts, and slides, while happily posing with fans and throwing up a peace sign near an exit by the valet area. Gunshots erupted shortly after those photos were taken. Offset took a bullet in the leg, according to Pitchfork, and was transported to Memorial Regional Hospital in Hollywood, Florida immediately. His spokesperson confirmed to Variety, "We can confirm Offset was shot and is currently at the hospital receiving medical care. He is stable and being closely monitored." A source told People magazine he is not in the ICU. His representative told TMZ he is fine. Seminole police arrived immediately and contained the situation quickly, according to their statement. 2 individuals were detained at the scene, but their identities remain unreleased with no formal arrests or charges announced yet. The motive remains officially undetermined. Let me address the Lil Tjay connection directly because this is where things get complicated. DJ Academics initially claimed on Kick that Lil Tjay was shot and in custody following the incident, then later retracted the claim about Tjay being shot while maintaining Tjay was in custody. April 7th brought a categorical denial from Lil Tjay's attorney Dawn M. Florio, published by Complex and Newsweek, stating, "Lil Tjay has not been shot, nor has Lil Tjay been charged with any shooting. Any reporting to the contrary is false." The situation breaks down like this. 2 individuals are in custody with unknown identities. A documented public feud exists between Offset and Lil Tjay involving death threats and an alleged $10,000 debt. The shooting happened at a casino. Offset has been publicly accused of having a gambling problem, but as of right now, no confirmed connection exists between the beef and this shooting whatsoever. That connection remains speculation, not verified fact. Quavo's response is confirmed fact. Hours after the shooting news broke, a single prayer hands emoji appeared on a black Instagram story background from his account. No statement, no extended post, no reports of a hospital visit. One emoji. Think about the weight that emoji carries for a second. Less than 4 years earlier, Quavo stood physically present when Takeoff caught bullets at a Houston bowling alley after a dice game went wrong. He screamed for help, watched his nephew die, and has spent the years since founding the Rocket Foundation to fight gun violence. His work brought meetings with Vice President Kamala Harris and the Congressional Black Caucus, plus $100,000 in spark grants distributed to Atlanta community organizations. His words to NPR in 2023 were, "This is a stage that I never thought that I'd be on. You don't think nothing is going to happen. Something happened again. Another shooting, another gambling venue, another member of his group in the hospital." That prayer emoji carries the weight of everything Migos has lost and nearly lost over these years. The response of someone who knows exactly how bad this could have been. Nobody wants to talk about the pattern here. Takeoff died at a bowling alley over a dice game dispute. Offset caught a bullet at a casino. Both incidents involved gambling venues. Both involved arguments that escalated to gunfire. The one member of Migos who hasn't been shot, Quavo, was present at the incident that killed Takeoff. Violence keeps circling this group, and the circle keeps passing through places where money is being wagered. The broader question hits hard. The biggest rap group of the streaming era went from tying the Beatles record in 2018 to this reality in 2026, with one member dead, one member in the hospital, and the third posting prayer emojis. and hoping it doesn't happen again. They went from commanding $150,000 per show to funeral tributes and bedside vigils. Other reactions provide context here. Cardi B, Offset's ex-wife and mother of his 3 children, Culture, Wave, and Blossom Bell, has not publicly responded as of April 7th. The timing matters because tension between them has been public recently. March 2026 brought a concert where Cardi changed a lyric from "My BD is amigo" to something far less flattering. Her silence is notable but fits the circumstances. Ric Flair posted support on X, thanking Offset for Ric Flair Drip, the collaboration that went 6 times platinum. 6ix9ine predictably trolled the entire situation, posting "LOL, I'm clout chasing right now" on Instagram, before literally driving to the scene of the shooting in a video shared to World Star Hip Hop that pulled over 23,000 shares. Hot New Hip Hop's response was weary, writing, "This kind of response is typical from 6ix9ine. It is hard to be scandalized by this kind of thing these days. The situation stands like this. Offset is stable and expected to recover fully. The investigation continues with 2 individuals detained and no arrests announced. The Lil Tjay connection remains unverified despite the documented beef between them. Patrick Xavier Clark's trial for Takeoff's murder is scheduled to begin November 9th, 2026, more than 3.5 years after that shooting took place. Quavo, the only Migo who hasn't caught a bullet, is watching from afar and hoping this time the outcome stays different. We're covering this story in real time, and updates will come as more information drops. So if you want to stay informed on what happens next with Offset and this investigation, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the follow-up.